Hello and welcome back to another episode of the VREL Esports Report. I'm Nutmeg.
And I'm VTech.
Some of you out there in the audience might have noticed that we've been gone for a little bit. It's been about a month since the tournament ended in our last episode. Well, we were a bit on a hiatus. Myself, I was pretty sick for the last month and a half with some diseases that my son brought home for daycare. And we've been working pretty hard on the league, right, VTech?
Yeah, absolutely. Getting the league seasons up and running. An exciting event that we'll mention later in the show, live event that we're going to. Just a lot on our plates, but glad we're back and finally recording and sitting down with everybody talking about our matches.
That's right. We're excited to talk a little bit about the semifinals and the finals for Gunraiders and for Contractors. For that, we're going to go to Gunraiders with our correspondent, Effin Hate It.
The final three matches were just total chaos. Just a tornado of destruction went through the station map in Gunraiders. So right here, we have Effin Raiders going up against Havoc. Now, Effin Raiders pulled ahead by 20 to 30 kills in both the first and second rounds up against Havoc, which actually led us, which it was my team, which actually led us to advance to the next round to go up against the Mercenary Diamonds to battle for first place. That actually led Havoc to go up against Mercenary Spades to battle for third place. That was a well-rounded matchup, but it eventually led to the Mercenary Spades getting third place. Now for the final matchup, this was up against Mercenary Diamonds and the Effin Raiders. The Effin Raiders struggled a little bit. We went in there with the idea that we knew they wanted to keep it as a distant battle because they have two top snipers on their team. So they're gonna wanna come in, they're gonna get a couple kills, and they're gonna drag us back to the lava, and that's exactly what they did. They did this in both rounds. So we fought tooth and nail to try to keep them from getting the distance, but eventually they came in and they controlled the game like they have in all the other tournaments. So the Mercenary Diamonds came out with two back-to-back round wins, declaring them as the ultimate winners for the tournaments. They have been undefeated in every tournament they have played. As of yet, nobody has beat them. Hopefully somebody will kick them from the rain, okay? Somebody's got to tear their throne out from underneath them, and hopefully that's going to happen in the next season for VREL.
Thank you, Effin Hate It, for that Gunraiders recap. And Nutmeg, we have a lot to talk about as far as Contractors in the matches, don't we?
Yes, we do. We got to go over those semifinals and the finals.
Absolutely. So for the semifinals, we had UMAD Clan versus Strive.
Yep, Strive and UMAD Clan went against each other, and Strive is the huge favorite in that matchup. UMAD Clan, interestingly enough, a mixture of veterans and newer players, gave Strive a lot of a fight in that match, but Strive was able to take it 4-0.
Yeah, I mean, with how long Strive's been playing, I think everybody kind of assumed what the score would be, but not necessarily that fight. UMAD, I mean, they came up pretty much with the announcement of the tournament, so for them to make it all the way to the semifinals and then to push as hard as they did in that match, that was really something to see.
Very impressive.
Yeah, so then the other semifinals, we had the Leftovers versus Vortex, and both of us being there, I'm sure you're still feeling that match the same way I am.
Oh, I still shake when I think about it. So Vortex versus us, the Leftovers, was really close. So Vortex, a team coming from Pavlov and having about 20 hours in total amongst them in Contractors, but playing together, they've got about thousands of hours accumulated. So we really saw in the match between Vortex and the Leftovers what thousands of hours as a team can do to help you get into a new game and be super competitive.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we're an old team, but we did have some new members, still trying to kind of figure out everybody's play style and everything, but man, their coordination just really showed. I mean, we had map knowledge and everything, but just as in sync as all of them were, we really felt it. I mean, when they pushed as a team, and it was a struggle every second of that match, for sure.
Yeah, I do remember trying to hold down a point and just having at any given time 3 or 4 members of Vortex just showing up at every single entrance into the point. And in the end of that match, it came down to tickets, right? We won that match by about 20 tickets.
Yeah, just one capture point, and I believe that was the only match in the entire tournament that actually came down to the ticket count. And for it to just be one capture point of all things was, it was something. It was scary for sure.
That's right, and I'm sure it was exciting to watch as well. So great showing by Vortex, and we're excited to see how they do in the league.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about that final match.
Well, before the final, after our match with Vortex, they went on and played UMAD Clan for the 3rd place. And that was a heck of a match too. And Vortex, again, just showing how well in sync they were. Both relatively new teams to Contractors, but Vortex literally coming in as the tournament started, I believe. Were able to push out a victory there for 3rd place. I think it was 3-1 on the rounds, but that was something to see too.
Yeah, great showing by Vortex. For the finals, it was Strive versus the Leftovers.
Yeah, and man, talk about a match you felt. We were both there too. Strive, a heck of a team. They've been around, they know what they're doing. They've been playing together a long time. And we had some close rounds, but they were able to take all 4 rounds at the end of it.
Yeah. So congratulations to that tournament champion, Strive, and congratulations to the Leftovers for taking 2nd place, and congratulations to Vortex for taking 3rd place. And so with that tournament out of the way, we have launched the 1st season of our Contractors League. Let's talk about that, VTalk.
Yeah, absolutely. Season 1 is underway. All teams, I think it was 33 in total, started out the season. They're all competing for a spot to rank for the end of season tournament.
That's right. And the winner of that end of season tournament, they're going to be getting cash prizes. They're going to be getting merchandise like Bhaptics haptic vests. And the first place of that tournament is going to qualify for a live tournament that's going to be happening at the end of that next year.
That's right. The way that VREL is set up, these seasons and tournaments, it's all leading up to a big in-person event. But along the way, the top 3 winners of the tournaments are still getting prizes, getting cash prizes, getting good stuff like you mentioned. Those vests, man, those haptic vests. We got some of the Mamut stocks that I'm a little biased maybe, but I can't speak highly enough about them. So just really big stuff along the way. It's great. It's exciting.
And for me personally, I think you share this sentiment as well, Tech. As we've been playing Contractors since 2018, since its release, there was a big stretch of about 3 years where it was us and maybe 25, 30 other people playing this game. And to see now that we have 33 teams made up of brand new teams of players who have come from Pavlov and from Onward, it's an exciting time for Contractors right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Not only have the devs done an incredible job of improving the game, implementing quests and everything. That changed everything, bringing in a bigger player base, but now teams are coming from other shooters into Contractors too. The skill levels are just going up, the competition's going up. It's great. It's a great time to be playing the game too.
It is indeed.
So now we're back to talk about the Pavlov season and the tournament that VREL had planned. Unfortunately, has been postponed until August.
That's right, Tech. Basically, what that's going to do is going to give our web developers time to develop the back end of our website and have a lot of functionality built in there for people in the Pavlov League. They have everything that they need, like map picks and bans, proper ELO, proper MMR, proper seeding of tournaments, and all that good stuff, so that this tournament and this Pavlov League is the best it can be.
Yeah, And I know everybody was excited for Pavlov. I certainly was. That's how TL actually got its start as a team, also was in Pavlov. But VREL is just committed to doing things right, doing things professional the first way. Didn't want to rush into anything, so they're getting everything perfect for the players and the tournament and the game that they deserve.
Hey, August isn't that far off, and it's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. And now for an exciting new segment, the sick clip pick of the day. The way that it works, we're going to showcase 3 sick clips that we found via your submissions. We're going to showcase those 3 every episode, and then via Twitter, you, the audience, are going to vote on what you think should be the sick clip pick of the day. So without further ado, here are 3 clips for this episode.
Prepping himself with a katana in the VREL Esports Contractors games. Brought to you by Mamut Cup, baby. This is how they want you. Waiting for his opportunity to strike, and here it is. Successfully.
An actual good newt. They saved 10 lives. Wait, Anders, what are you doing? Anders.
So if you've got some sick clips and you want to get them considered for the sick clip pick of the day, there's going to be a submission link down in the description for a Google form, and we're going to post that in our Discord as well, where you can submit your sick clip picks. What we'll do after that is we'll put up a poll on our Twitter at VREL Gaming, where we're going to have you vote for our sick clip picks.
So we've been seeing the comments, everything, and our goal for this show is to bring in as much community engagement as we possibly can. So, I mean, this is a great way of doing it. We do ask that you keep your clips to 30 seconds or less, just so that we can go through as many as we possibly can, get the absolute best clips that there are. Whether it's an epic moment or, you know, multi-stream kills or whatever, we want to see them all. So, with that new segment out of the way, we want to talk a little bit about the future direction of the show, some of the other things we have planned for community engagement in future episodes and everything else. Nutmeg, go ahead and start us off.
Yeah, so we were just talking about those sick clip picks. One thing we want to do is the winner of our Twitter poll for those sick clip picks, they are going to get featured on our show here. We're going to talk a little bit about the gamer tag. We're going to show that clip here, and we're going to shout you out.
Absolutely. And if you have some clips that weren't so sick, some sick fails in your attempt to get featured on the show, we also want to see those. So whether or not it's a grenade that bounces off the wall, a jump that doesn't work out, maybe you were about to knife somebody when they turned around, whatever it could be, make sure you submit those in too, 30 seconds or less, because I think everybody wants to see those fails as much as they do those pro plays.
Hey, I've had them happen to me, and it's always fun to share those moments.
Oh, yeah.
We're also going to be featuring in-game interviews with the team captains of all of our league teams. We're also going to be bringing into the studio our casters. So, you know, myself as a caster, I like to be in front of the camera, but we're going to try to bring in here Pig on PC and Superior West and Fog Cabin and DJ to get them talking a bit about their casting experience and what brings, what it makes it so exciting for them.
Yeah, we want to highlight everybody. We know that this league, this show, everything's about the gamers. It's about the competitors, the casters, everybody. So we want to interview the team captains. We want to highlight the teams. We're pressed for time, but that's our goal, is over the course of these episodes to highlight everybody that's been involved with the league, whether it's players or not, and feature everybody we possibly can.
So as many of you may know, one of our sponsors, Mamut, has sponsored our launch tournament, and they're sponsoring the league as well. MamutVR is the maker of gun stocks such as the Apto 1 and Apto 2.
Yeah, I think I have mine hidden away here somewhere. So if you ever wondered why some of those players at a long distance are getting your head, getting those head shots quicker than others, this is my setup. I'm not bragging. I'm not saying it's optimal, but this is what works for me. And this here is the Apto3. So you can see how the controllers fit. You can see how when it rests against the shoulder, it just feels better to me. It's hard for me to play without a stock. I know some players freehand, but for me, it just feels more immersive in every single way. And I mean, so you can see here, I mean, you got the joints, you can twist it up as short as you want, you can make it longer, add segments to it.
That's right. I have to also attest to the fact that when I play with my Apto, I am a whole lot more consistent day to day with my aim, with my speed, hitting those shots. So Mamut, as you can see, has the Apto2. They're coming out now with the next iteration of Apto, Apto3 Wasp, which actually is going to feature anodized aluminum joints. And so those plastic joints that Tack was just pointing at, they're all going to be replaced with that anodized aluminum, and it's going to be maximum rigidity, no more twist, no more wiggle, and maximum strength. So you're going to be able to do all sorts of crazy stuff with your Apto3 Wasp.
Absolutely. I know I'm excited. Again, might be a little bit biased, but I've been waiting on that Wasp 3 for a while now, so I'm excited to get my hands on one. And with that said, you, our viewers, have a chance to get your hands on one because we are doing a raffle on this show thanks to Mamut. So the way that it's going to work is we're going to have a segment somewhere in the show, every single episode, that's going to reveal part of a code that will be a URL that you can go to enter this raffle for your chance to win your own Mamut Apto Wasp 3.
That's right. So make sure to get every episode of the VREL Esports Report so you can get that code and enter for that raffle.
All right, so before we sign off, we mentioned an event that we had tell everybody about that's really exciting that VREL is going to. Nutmeg, why don't you tell us about it?
That's right. So from June 1st through the 4th in Santa Clara, California, there's going to be the Augmented World Expo, which is a huge gathering of industry insiders looking at VR, MR, AR, all of its applications in entertainment and beyond. And VREL is going to be there. We're going to be setting up a booth in the playground, and we're going to be showing people what esports is all about in VR. We're going to be showcasing Echo VR, thanks to Ready at Dawn. And on top of that, we're going to be showcased on the last day of the expo. We're going to do a main stage event where we're going to have a 2v2 little tournament. It's going to be me and Pig on PC casting it, and we're going to show the world what VR esports are all about. I'm really excited about that one.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We're both going to be there. We're going to cover it for you guys. We're going to feature it on the show. Hopefully have some live streams of us at the event, showing you some kind of behind the scenes as we're doing everything. It is going to be phenomenal. We're really excited about it. Putting a lot of work into it to make sure it's the best experience that VREL can put on for everybody.
That's right. All right, so that's it for this episode. If you liked what we saw, if you like what we were doing, hit that like and subscribe button so you get notifications for every episode that we put out there. Follow us on Twitter at VREL Gaming, and look out for those casts because now that the season's going, we're going to have a lot of games on our VREL Twitch. So twitch.tv/VREL Gaming. Once again, I'm Nutmeg.
And I'm VTech. We'll see you next episode.